How's it going, Radical viewers? Gaddy here for Gaddy's Gaddy Gaming, and I think we're finishing off the dig tonight. I kind of hope, because I keep mentioning BioWare stuff. I'm getting an itch. I'm getting a need for old BioWare stuff. Maybe not too old. Definitely some Knights of the Old Republic. I haven't played that game in a while. Jade Empire first, though. Because Knights of the Old Republic will definitely be like a small series in itself.
Get away from here!
Eat a dick.
I won't let you break my life crystal machine!
We don't want to break anything.
My machine isn't working yet. Yes, gloat if you want to. I've studied all the inscriptions. Maggie's not the only one who can decipher strange languages. I followed the plans I found, but there's still something missing, and without it the machine won't work. So if you think you can steal my life crystals again, Commander Lowe, think again. I'll kill you first, and believe me, no one will ever revive you.
Such a pleasantness.
Actually, you robbed me twice, and I only robbed you once. So you're still one ahead.
Don't joke with me!
Don't joke with him, Boston.
Personally, I say joke with him. Dude's an asshole. And boy, he's not gonna be happy when he finds out we kind of have his thing.
I won't stand here and let you distract me from my achievements.
What a douche. Like, seriously, just straight up freaking douche nozzle, I swear to God.
Go away! My work is very important. You can't possibly understand what I'm doing here.
Joe, I part the brink.
I don't want that. It's just another artifact.
Brink, this is important.
Yes.
I think I know what piece is missing from your machine.
How can
Ding.
you know anything about this? You're not a scientist. You're just a strutting tin soldier.
I think it's the same piece that the eye generator needed. I think it's the key to all this technology. The alien inventor hid it because without it, none of the machines he considers dangerous will work.
True.
Why would the creator of life crystals think they were dangerous?
Because they freaking are?
Because the crystals make you feel so good that they take over your life. All you care about is getting more of them.
Like meth.
He said it was the second worst mistake he'd made.
And the worst mistake?
The eye.
So you and Maggie, you keep telling me I'm crazy.
Because you are.
But you plan to make an even worse mistake.
I'll make you a deal, Brink.
Yes, like the deal you made before. I keep my part, but you go back on it.
I didn't go back on it. I just wanted to talk about it with you first.
Yeah, talking.
No deals with liars and thieves.
You're the only thief
Brink,
here.
you need what I had to make your machine work. But if it works, then you'll have plenty of life crystals, right? You could share them with us and it wouldn't cost you anything, right?
If you have the missing part, yes.
That's my deal. Your machine, my part. 50-50 on the life crystals.
I know you plan to cheat me.
Probably.
We won't even come near the machine when it's running. You divide up the life crystals.
Then what's to stop me from keeping them all?
Because I am trained as a military man, Brink. And if I ever actually decide to fight you, I don't care how strong and healthy you are. You will lose. And then I will take them all. Got it?
Get your missing part and put it in my machine. Even liars and thieves can bargain as long as they watch each other very carefully.
Not entirely sure how I appreciate the innuendo of that. Put your missing parts in my machine.
I just don't know how yet to link them up.
With a slot, maybe?
It fits perfectly. This is how the aliens designed the life crystal machine to work.
Nothing's happening.
Hoo-hoo.
Yes, it is. It's vibrating. Be patient. Who knows how fast it's supposed to work? We'll just have to wait.
How do you fix this thing anyway?
Suits me fine. We'll split them 50-50, right?
Of course.
50-50. Look, there's one. And another.
2.
Is that all? Just 2? I need more than 2.
I don't know about that, Brink, but it's a sure thing I need more than 1. You still have all the crystals you stole from me and every other place on these islands.
Don't touch them!
50-50, you said, Brink. Well, you must have hundreds of life crystals. It's not even 50-50 if I take these 2.
I knew you were a liar and a cheat.
You weren't gonna let me have even one of these.
Nope.
I'll make the machine even better. It will produce more.
I'm so confused.
Not till we're gone, it won't.
Got it working.
I need that machine part to run the eye generator.
You will take nothing from this machine, you lying thief!
Once the eye is working, you can either come back with us to Earth, or you can stay here, take the part out of the eye generator and put it back in your own machine.
Oh, what the hell?
Just have a little patience.
Shit. Ow. Sorry, everyone. I just realized my webcam wasn't working for some reason. Huh. That's alright. I wasn't really being my silly, overtly gesticulating self that time. Mostly. I'm taking my part back.
No!
Yes.
My machine is stopping!
Yes.
You've wrecked my machine!
No.
You're a dead man!
Brink, please. We don't have to fight. You can have the part back after we're done with it.
Everything you say is a lie!
Sure.
Maggie, tell him.
If you say a word, Maggie, I'll kill you too!
Brink, don't make me hurt you.
You won't hurt me when you're dead!
See, it kind of shocks me that after all that BS and the fact that Boston is military trained, he gets pushed over so easily and Brink literally kills himself.
Oh, Maggie, please believe me. I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want him dead.
It wasn't Brink who died here. Brink died when he fell down the hole when we first arrived. What just fell over the cliff was someone else. Someone alien. Created by those death crystals.
Maggie, are we making an even worse mistake by activating the eye?
Staying in this world any longer than we have to, that's the worst mistake we could make. We've got to do anything we can to survive.
But what if we die trying?
Don't you get it, Boston? This place is worse than death.
True.
I'd rather die than stay here.
Might get your wish, dear. I mean, everyone's been kind of, you know, dying. What the hell is going on with my OBS? Gotta love those technical problems. Anyway, moving on. We now have the eye. We have the 2 crystals we needed. Let's turn this bitch on and see what happens next. I mean, I know what happens next, but for all you watching that have never even heard of this. I actually remember as a kid trying to figure out what was quicker, taking the tram to get to the bottom of this, or taking the light bridges and climbing all the way down from the top. Honestly, neither. Alrighty. First,
The crystals Brink died for.
yes, Boston. It's okay. I was literally waiting for that moment. I am so happy.
The alien was right. This thing has already killed one of us, but it's back in place.
Well, there's that. So, it's on. I thought I was going to go right to a cutscene, but I'm wrong.
It's a row of crystalline devices. I don't know how to work these controls.
I think we actually have to talk to Maggie to get her to work this thing.
Robbins. You're the one who read the alien books. What exactly happens when we turn it on with enough life crystals in it?
It would have taken me years to read everything, Boston. And I didn't understand half of what I read. But there's no doubt that this machine is dangerous. The alien warned us it might cost us more than we expected.
What does that mean?
It might mean that just turning on the machine might kill us.
You mean he booby-trapped the thing?
I mean that the machine may draw on more than life crystals. It may drain the life out of whoever uses it.
Dark?
Then I'm running the controls.
Don't be absurd. It might do nothing, too.
Also true.
Or it could kill whoever isn't at the controls. I just want to tell you.
No goodbyes. We're gonna make it home together, Maggie.
I'm not sentimental, Boston. I wasn't going to say goodbye. I just want you to promise me something.
After you saw me break every promise I made to Brink, you want me to make another one to you?
What happened with Brink couldn't be helped, Boston. I know you'll keep your word with me.
What's the promise?
If I die and you live, don't use any life crystals on me. Don't revive me. Do you understand?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
I saw what Brink became. I don't want that to happen to me. You wouldn't be saving Maggie Robbins. You'd be creating a monster with my memories, my face. Don't do it. Promise me.
I promise, Maggie. And vice versa, okay?
All right.
And now you tell me the truth about something, Maggie. Are you sure you didn't find out somewhere that something bad happens to the person at the controls of this machine?
Boston, I don't know any more than you do about what will happen when I switch this thing on.
If that's a lie, I'm gonna be really ticked off, Maggie.
Yeah, I know.
Not that all matters. She'll be dead.
Here we go. It's stuck. I'll have to pry it open.
Be careful.
Didn't remember all those things animating all at once when she turned shit on.
Ah!
Also, that looks a lot more hilarious when slowed down.
Maggie! Maggie, you liar! You knew this would happen.
Gosh, she looks like shit.
It worked. The eye is restored.
Worth it then. Go home.
Maggie.
But yeah, when I originally played this game, I would always see that scene slowed down to freaking like 5 frames. You ever see clips of those weird moments in Disney films where the animators kind of went a little crazy with it? Like Snow White's eyes are looking in 2 different directions in one single frame. It's a lot like that. Asshole.
I should have known the inventor would have one more trick up his sleeve.
It's okay, this one's easily solved.
That was the inventor's last chance to stop me. I will get out into space-time 6. I will bring the people of this place back home, and they will build me a starship that will take me back to Earth.
Lots of hope there. Well, let's go find out what it's like to be beyond space and time in the eyes of LucasArts. Which, admittedly,
I guess this is the real test.
people
Can
I
a practical
would trust
guy
with
from
it.
Earth do what all the builders of this place failed to do? Can I go into space-time 6 and still find my way back to reality? Only one way to find out.
That's it. That is the portal to beyond space and time. It's a fucking lightning orb. Or a storm giant's testicle, rather. I've been playing way too much Dungeons and Dragons. Well, let's do what the bard does. Let's touch a bitch. And we're dead!
It's beautiful. A guy could get lost here real easy. No, I'm not going any farther into this place. I'm staying here, where I can get back out again.
You are as strong as we hoped, human.
I can understand you.
In space-time 6, all living minds communicate perfectly. You stand at the doorway, human. You show us all the pathway back to life. To reality. To a place where we will someday die, yes. Where we will have a life before we die.
I like how they're all like, God damn it, who fucked up my frickin' shit? I gotta fix this now.
Every past and future. I can see them all, but which one is real?
Go back now, human. Take me home.
And like the only time you'll see all this background stuff that didn't quite make it to the final game. Or
People have their bodies, their bones, their lives again. We owe you a great debt, Commander Lowe.
All I want, now that my friends are dead, is to go back to Earth and tell the story of how they died.
Why not let them tell their own story?
I wish.
You knew the way home, but I know all the other paths through time and space.
I mean, this makes a lot more sense now that I'm an
Don't
adult.
go back there.
Because this confused the shit out of me as a kid. And Brink looks even worse!
I have brought you a gift.
Maggie. Brink. You're alive again.
We were lost, but this being found us and led us back.
Like, Maggie looks fine. Brink looks all sorts of fucked up. Like, even in the cutscenes, he looks fucked up.
Maggie. I thought I'd lost you forever.
So you really didn't try to resurrect me with the crystals?
No, I promised you. And besides, what the crystals bring back from death, it wouldn't have been you.
I know, Boston. You kept your word. And yet, you did find a way to bring me back from death.
It wasn't me, but I'm glad you're here.
And I'm free of the madness of the crystals, too. You did it, Lo.
No, it was our friend here.
No, the credit belongs to you. We once revered a great inventor because he opened the door to unchanging eternity. But you opened the passageway back into true life.
All I am is a guy who wants to get back home.
Already my people are preparing a great crystal starship to take you there.
That's
But
fast.
we can come back, can't we?
You and any others who wish to come. You are a young people, strong and full of hope and passion. We have much to teach you, and you have much to share with us as well.
Like football.
There will be friendship between our species forever.
I hope you're right. Not all human beings are as, nice as us.
Tell me about it.
All young species are alike that way. But don't worry. If any of your people try to pick a fight, we'll mash them like bugs.
How reassuring.
The ship
Right?
is almost ready. Go home and tell your people it has been accomplished here.
That was fast.
Telling the people. That's Maggie's job.
And getting us home, that was yours. You did it, Boston.
What was Brink's job
Thank
then?
you, Boston. We all thank you, Boston.
To die and be a douchebag? And that scene, Brink looked fine. Awkward. Crank that down a hair so I can actually hear myself think. But yeah, that was The Dig. Literally the game that's helped teach me how to read. And gave me a higher reading equivalent than my own teachers. Go figure. For anyone that knows the term point-and-click adventure, people already know what to expect out of this. And honestly, for a point-and-click adventure, it's pretty standard. At the same time, the visual effects, the lore, like basically everything you would play these kind of games for is amazing. LucasArts, when they make this stuff, they don't drop the ball on it. It's usually spectacular, even in their early years where, frankly, by today's standards, it's utter garbage. Oh, one day I'll play The Loom and I'll show you just how bad it could really be in the past. Ooh. Or if I'm really masochistic, maybe Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on PC. That one's bad. That one's kind of fun though, because unlike most point-and-click adventures, it actually gives you different paths you can take. Like, legitimately different paths you can take in the game. From how you get from point A to point B, how you deal with certain things. And there's always the option of you could duke it out, or you could be smart and just pick someone's pocket and go through something else and do it that way. Or, as most hint guys suggest in that game, pick up a flying manual and learn how to fly a plane, which is kind of the easy route. And the only route I thought there was until I discovered, no, there are other ways of doing it. It's just a pain in the ass. But no, The Dig is... it's something. Like, and it's kind of nice to go back and play games like this when I'm now in my 30s. Early 30s. And kind of see it from my eyes now versus my 12-year-old self when I played this just because it was different, it was interesting, it engaged my mind, it engaged my imagination. And there's a lot of problems with it. Like, you don't get much idea of what happened other than, oh, our super scientist created this thing that allowed us to exceed and go beyond our current dimension that's restricted only by space and time. It's like, okay, that's cool, but it also sounds like an Outer Limits or a Twilight Zone episode. Only with aliens. And of course, we can't very well just have it be about aliens. That wouldn't make any sense back in the day when this came out. Instead, we have 3 random... I almost said astronauts, but honestly, only one of them is actually an astronaut, Boston Lowe. 3 random people that are supposedly the best they selected for this stuff to go blow up an asteroid a la Armageddon. And somehow they just happen to be like, well... you know, come to think of it, if they didn't take Maggie Robbins, they'd be boned. Like, completely. Like, Brink would have died, and Boston would have been just dicking around on the planet for the rest of his life. Or him and Brink might have gotten into a fight, one of them would have died, and the other one would have just eventually died. And there's like a lot of questions I wish they touched on in this, like... Interesting. I always love LucasArts credit scenes. They always touch on some weird-ass stuff. Monkey the incredibly lonely drooling cat. That's great. But yeah, like... just a lot of what-if scenarios that... I honestly would kind of like to see them kind of explore a little bit. But honestly, they don't have to, because it's a LucasArts point-and-click. It's literally all about the journey from point A to point B. And it's usually an interesting journey. Like, to this day, I am still very sad LucasArts went under. They were a fantastic company, and they put out some amazing stuff. Like, it sometimes came off as subpar, but it was excellent in many different qualities. I gotta look up what the last game they made was, actually. Rest in peace. And fuck that thing. Anyway, guys, that's the end of it. That's all I got. As usual, I do hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want an easier time subscribing, right below my wonderful webcam portrait there, right over the Dig logo and LucasArts logo, is my subscribe button. And if you're kind of wondering, you know, for whatever reason you saw this before the rest of them, the hell are you doing? Go click that freaking playlist in that corner right now and see the rest of it. If you're interested. If you're not interested, I'm not gonna make you. What am I, psychic? I digress. Hope you all enjoyed. Till next time, kids. Take care now. Bye-bye then.